Hello, hello, beautiful person watching this. I am so happy that you're here. Welcome back to another Slay the Spire Ascension 20 Silent Run. Taking a moment here. Just want to say to all of my loyal followers, apologies for not uploading daily these days. Had some stuff going on. It's hard to upload every day when it's, no returns, of course. So doing my best to upload at least every other day here, and appreciate you hanging in there. Having a look. A nice elite for a campfire, got a shop, and then max health for 250 gold is such a strong start if you have that shop to go to. So we're going to be doing that, and it's perfect. Free combats, hopefully can avoid a hard hallway at the question mark, get some nice strength from the shop, and take some early elites here. Only 2 strikes against Cultist turn 1 is a little bit spooky, as always. A fight they can get out of hand very quickly. That's a great draw, though. Perfect. There is some chance you're meant to strike here instead of defend. Didn't matter. Rewarded. Block is good. And Gamble floor 1 versus Trash. Notably, Gamble is not dealing damage, and so it's not as good as you might think on floor 1. But Infinite Blaze is pretty bad. And Gamble is going to be good later, so take that. Get rid of 1 strike. Strike 1, neutralize the other one. Probably should hit the one with lower health with the strike. Ew! That's very awkward because now the one with 5 health is not going to die to 1 strike. It's fine though. Only drew 1 defend. Take 1. And more Trash. Cloak and Dagger is okay, but it's a skill, which is really bad against Gremlin Knob. There's also Bane with no poison, so basically just slightly better than Strike, which is pretty bad. And Slice, which is probably the best card here on floor 2, to be honest. I do take Cloak and Dagger, though. I just couldn't bring myself to it. And we're into a shop here, find Orrery, so very sad that we took that, because we're probably not going to need it anymore. There's also a Noxious Fumes. Noxious Fumes is a pretty good card, and a Leg Sweep. Looking pretty good. So Terror is going to be clicked on almost certainly. Predator is probably going to be clicked on as well. And we do have there's a Sneaky Strike, we do have a Gamble, so that could be good. Masterful Stab is probably better anyway. Take Terror, take the Stab. Take Escape Plan, sure, for later. Nightmare is too early. 2 Nightmares here is crazy. Predator. And do I want Infinite Blades now? I say no. And probably worth clicking Fumes. I love me a Fumes. There's also a Leg Sweep. Could buy a Leg Sweep and Fumes, but then not removing a strike is pretty sus with yeah, we're definitely in a position where we can get away with removing a strike is the thing, so why not? And I do buy the Fumes after all. Love me a Fumes. So we are a billion times stronger thanks to Orrery. Orrery on floor 3 is cheating. You're not supposed to have this many cards yet. Of course, Jawworm now stands absolutely no chance. Poor guy. The amount of times I've taken like 20 damage to that guy, though, I feel no remorse at all. And good attack commons, but also a backflip. And we're probably have enough attacks at this point, so I'm probably going to click backflip. if I had to wager a guess. Poison Stab, pretty good. Dagger Spray, pretty good against sentries. Dagger Spray notably really good against... You want to have like one answer for the the Gremlin gang or the Slime gang. We have Fumes, but that's not good enough. It's very slow. Fumes is more for bosses, as weird as it seems, but it's dealing it to all enemies. I do take backflip though. And we dodged a hard fight here. Get to remove a card. So a great start here. Might be able to take the super lead here at the end of the act. What to upgrade? I would love to upgrade Gamble, but it's not really doing a lot yet. No need for it. Fumes upgrade is great against the Hexaghost that we're fighting. Terror is also a great upgrade. I do click on Fumes. So Fumes, if we walk into Gremlin Knob here, is the worst upgrade for sure, out of good ones. That's okay though. Probably try to find the Terror and or the Fumes. It's gonna do 3 plus 5 damage, maybe more. I weaken it, knowing I'm gonna get hit next turn as well. Probably. Actually didn't, wow. That's incredible. So, weak potion for 2 health. But we might find another potion, and weak plus not that great, so that's okay. And Preserved Insect is here, reducing the health of all enemies in elite rooms by 25%. That's an excellent relic to find in Act 1. And there is an Eviscerate for our Gamble as well. Got some good potions there. And I'm not taking the Super Elite, that's okay. Found a Toxic Egg, upgrading all future skills we add to our deck. That's going to be really good. As the Silence, of course, one of the best relics to find, especially early on. And I really want just more combats now. When you find the Toxic Egg, you just want to take as many fights as you can, realistically. For more card wars equals more upgraded skills equals win. Bit of an awkward start here. The Lice having 17 health is a bummer there, for sure. Didn't want to get weakened. Get to full block. The Jawworm, a little bit of a bad pattern here, buffing quickly, but luckily we're very strong, so should be totally fine. Error, neutralized, strike, kills it. That also kills it. And more trash. Flechette's not happening quite yet, I would say. I'm definitely low on Flechettes. I've seen it work, of course, and decided to go for another upgrade. Terror, probably, or Gamble. Gamble is a for later upgrade for sure, but you want to get that out of the way if you can, just to make sure if you do start leaning into the discard thing that you have it. Perhaps the wrong way to think about it, but that's... I'm just such a Gamble enjoyer that I want it to work whenever I make it work. Fumes is great. Terror is great. So we're always opening with that hand next. Might go like Strike, Gamble, try to find Predator or something. I just don't even strike. Punished. That's okay though. Drawing a lot of defense there is definitely a bummer against Lagavulin. Take 4. Probably block pot here. Play Predator and do that. Not bad. A little bit of overkill there. Perhaps could have played it differently. And here we go. Here's some skills. Tactician Plus is here already, and that's a little early, but my god, will it be good eventually, right? But Deadly Poison Plus is also here, and that's going to help a lot against Hexaghost. And Piercing Whale, definitely really want one of those at least for Act 2. Piercing Whale, my god, is it insane, and against the heart, of course, blocks the 15 hit, which is crazy. I do take Deadly for Hexaghost, giving it the respect it deserves. Probably Explosive Pot. And we get a... Oh, sorry, we also found a Ollie Smoothstone from the Elite. 1 Dexterity permanently. That's excellent relic, especially on the Silence. Definitely are blocking a lot with defense over everything else except for Wraith Form runs, pretty much. And so we'd love to find that. And we found a Mummified Hand from Ranwid, which will reduce the cost of a card in our hand to 0 for the rest of the turn, whenever we play power. An excellent relic, of course. Gotta find more powers for it, but as the run goes on, we get more powers. It'll be really, really good. Smooth fight there. And Piercing Whale is here, and Bouncing Flask is here. Since we already took the Deadly Poison, I can probably get away with taking Piercing Whale now. Would have rather had the Bouncing Flask Plus than the Deadly Poison, though, I think. Which is a little bit sad, but you can never know what you're going to find, of course. Unless you're seeded. We are not seeded, of course. Predator's going to be good, drawing 7 cards here. Hit Eviscerate. Very pleased with that. So Hexaghost's already dead. This is brutal for Hexaghost. Want to find Deadly one more time. And then it's really... the deal is really sealed at that point. There it is. Luckily didn't draw it on the next draw, where we'd be reshuffling without it. Happy to find that in a timely manner. Couple more turns here. Just got there on the right turn, found the right amount of damage, was accurate. It's a bit of a feeling thing, you just feel it out over time, like how much damage you need for Hexaghosts. I know when I'm going to die to Hexaghost before I even fight him. So I'm just like, I don't have enough. So gotta take the Deadly Poison, of course, just to make sure you can get through it. And some good cards here. We are Mummified Hand out of our Mine as 3 powers. So took the tools there with our Eviscerate and whatnot. Not playing that many cards a turn yet, so the After Image is a little bit of a sleeper at the moment. And I wasn't fully convinced that I could get away with never resting. Additionally, all of our good cards for the rest of the run are going to be upgraded already because of their skills, probably. Except for the powers, but that wouldn't be too big of a deal. And so I will probably want to be resting more often. Just because we don't have that many good upgrades, perhaps. But mainly it's just if you don't know for sure that you can get away with not resting, then you have to not click Coffee Dripper, of course, which is very sad. But Pyramid is there, and Pyramid's insane. So now we will no longer discard our hand at the end of each turn. Piercing Whale blocks for 18, but might not even be necessary. Whoop. Unfortunately, hit the Piercing Whale there, but didn't want to take 6, so just going to use it. Deciding to split the middle bird there instead of blocking, that's a little questionable. I have Fuse in play, so maybe not necessary. But it's like the safer option. In quotes. Doing our best to live until they're all dead. Went pretty well. Took a little bit of damage, but that's fine. Tactician plus snap pick Tactician plus. My god. We have Tools of the Trade as well and Pyramid. So can just discard that whenever we'd like and gain 2 energy. One of the better Tactician pluses you will ever see, probably. Hit Eviscerate again with Mummified Hand. Fortune is in our favor at the moment. Pretty good Chosen fight. Always happy when this fight goes well. It's a lot easier with Pyramid, of course. No need to worry about a handful of dazes when you have all your cards in your hand still. Dodge and roll pluses here. Better than the other options, probably. Don't have any footwork yet, but we do have a oddly smooth stones. That's blocking for 14 total for 1 energy, which is not bad. Looking for more block here. Got there. Fumes, hit the defend. That's great. This is an excellent fight for Fumes. The longer it goes on, the more dead they are. And they like to heal, so that's fine. Man, this Tactician Plus was kind of diabolical. Poor Spire. Backflip pluses here. Probably going to take that as well. Can't go wrong with that, I'd say. Pitching Terror is kind of crazy against Chosen, but I'm pretty heavily invested in this whole Fumes thing at the moment. Play Defend because I want to get cards in my hand because playing the skills is bad against the Hex. Gotta find this Fumes like right now, man. And I was considering not pitching the Tactician because I wasn't sure I was going to be actually spending all of my energy this turn. Just pass? Yep, exactly. Should not have pitched the Tactician then, of course. Could have done it this turn and had a huge turn if I did the correct play there. Gotta find this Whale. Predator is good. Very lucky Mummified Hand hits so far. It's like dodging all of the defense I don't want to play and hitting the exact attack that I want to play every time. It knows. This is just it's all coming together here. We got the Pyramid, got the tools for the Tactician. It's just a very smooth Act 2 so far. No hiccups. And there's a Catalyst. Certainly getting clicked on. With our Fumes Deadly Poison game plan. You love to find the Catalyst. It's like a solution to the entire game, basically. Not against the faster fights, but against the bosses. Helps so much. This is a bit awkward. By considering not pointing poison at Gremlator, because we have to kill these minions, of course. And we gotta find this Fumes, man. I should probably just play backflip, see what happens. I might just pitch my whole hand. Oh wow. Catalyst immediately. That's pretty spicy. That was the wrong target. Should have only stabbed the guy, of course, past me, immediately realized and did the spaz motion. Piercing Wail, of course, excellent in this fight. It just blocked for 32 by itself for 1 energy. What a card. And it's buffing, which is really good because it's probably going to debuff next turn then. I should just eviscerate it, get it out of the way. I can also draw into more damage. There we go. So now it's going to either hit us again alone or it's going to buff. Or resummon more guys. I can just eviscerate instead. Good fight. And we get a bag of marbles, applying 1 vulnerable at the start of each fight. And I even take another gamble. When you have Runic Pyramid, you always have more of a full hand, so more targets to hit on average. And Tactician perhaps loves having the discard. Looks like I upgraded the tools of the trade as well. Want to get out of that Grown Leader fight really fast, so a little bit surprising, I would say, to Catalyst immediately like that, but seems fair enough. It worked out, obviously. Getting that Chosen dead quick. Start pointing things at Cultist. Dodge and roll now for next turn. Sure. Predator's in there. Saving the neutralize just in case for next turn, so we can weaken it. It is dead. So we've taken 5 damage so far, or we took a little bit to the birds, and then we take 5 damage from Gun Leader. And I can finally drink the fruit juice. I almost discarded Smoke Bomb over it. And second Fumes with Mummified Hand is real. I may do that. 5 poison a turn, or 6 once it's upgraded, is kind of a lot. We do have the Catalyst, so definitely a real consideration. I do, in fact, take. And we get a Bird-Faced Urn immediately afterwards. That's insane. Now, whenever we play a power, we'll restore 2 health. So, excellent, excellent Sustain Relic. Love to find that in nearly any run. And speaking of Piercing Wail being a good card, here we go. And I even get to kill the right guy on turn 1. Or Slavers. Slavers is such a volatile fight. It's like the hardest fight in the game, or you just steamroll it because you have the right answer. That's why cards like Piercing Wail are so strong. Area Mitigation. Yeah, even like Shockwave as the Ironclad can be quite valuable, weakening all of them. Although not nearly to the same extent, of course. It's more of an offensive card in general. 0 damage Slavers. And I'm looking for powers. Of course, no more, so we can get out. But if you have the opportunity and you have Bird-Faced Urn, you want to play as many powers as you can to heal for as much as you can. And After Image is back with a vengeance, and we do have a Tactician Plus now, more draw, and Bird-Faced Urn Mummified Hand. Gonna take that. And we found an Ancient Tea Set. The first fight after we visit a rest site. On turn 1, we'll gain 2 extra energy. Usually a pretty mediocre relic, but it's nice to have that 2 extra energy on turn 1 in boss fights, because there's always a campfire beforehand. Yeah, overall, a relic that I would say often worth keying if you see it in the chest. I want to play the Eviscerate second because it's going to gain triple the malleable block from it. Trying to find out more powers here. Seems that I've used them already. Some good reward here. Liquid Memories is pretty good, but we already have a good card. And Blur Plus is here. We do have After Image and a good amount of block, so just take the Blur Plus and hope to use that to some good later. And once again, Chosen and a bird. Not the cultist, but still a bird. This is like the third or fourth Chosen we've seen this act, I believe. Kind of gross. Silent would normally be very upset about this, but we are too strong for it to matter. A straight hit yet again. Break the bird. Full blocking. Just get a defended overhand up. Sometimes worth playing cards just to remove them from your hand as an ancient or a runic pyramid deck. It is kind of ancient looking, isn't it? All of that without Fumes or Catalyst. Or without the second Fumes, rather. And Concentrate Plus versus Piercing Wail Plus. Really, really good cards. I'm going to take Concentrate, it looks like. A nice energy gain card as well. So I love that sort of Concentrate Tactician kind of deck. Probably my favorite way to play the Silence. It's always very cool. And Pyramid just enables so much for you that makes it a lot easier. And Piercing Wail in this fight, yet again, even though it's only one enemy, it is so strong. Every elite in Act 2 gets owned by Piercing Wail. One copy of Piercing Wail. That's blocking for 28. Probably should have played Terror, but I don't even want to play it, it seems. Definitely questionable. We're going to look for more Piercing Wails eventually. You want like 2 or 3 of them, I would say, by the end of the game. They're really good against the Heart, and they're really good against all of the Act 3 bosses as well. And Act 4 boss, or Elite rather. And Snecko Skull is here, that's pretty good as well. Every time we apply poison, we apply 1 extra poison. Great with Fumes, small instances of poison, and Venom in particular loves having a Snecko Skull, of course, doubling essentially the effect of it. But Fumes is great as well, and Backflip versus Corpse Explosion is definitely a real conversation. Do we even need the Corpse Explosion if we have double Fumes? We might just be fine, and instead we can take Backflip for more draw with the Concentrate. Looks like I do in fact take the Corpse Explosion anyway. It's a great card, of course, but just worth noting that if you thought it was obviously Corpse Explosion, I think that's wrong. I think Backflip Plus is so strong here. And so, hence, past me's consideration there, rather than just snap picking Corpse Explosion. There are definitely times where it's like you're really single targeting a thing down, but like you kind of have, no solution for multiple enemy fights, then that's where you want to be thinking about Corpse Explosion a lot more. But double Fumes with Snecko Skull and a lot of block, and that's probably good enough to not need it. But it might still be the better card there. Hopefully you're gonna be blocking here. So kill this guy. And full block. Perfect turn there. Wow. Oh, and we can blur to block the Hyper Beam. That's very exciting. Gonna probably try to save the blur till the turn before Hyper Beam. Should have played After Image first, of course. It's fine though. Just gonna save our cards. And this turn we play Blur, Dodge and Roll, Defend, 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 or whatever. But leave a Deadly Poison in there. And then this turn, you only need to gain 18 block. Getting rid of Backflip is insane, don't know why I did that. Misclick, probably. Once again, get to blur. So the blur is cool in these sort of telegraphed fights where you know what it's going to do. You can just set up block the prior turn to the big thing, and then you're all good. In this case, it was not necessary, though. We had way too much poison. So a very clean Act 2 there. Not a lot of danger at all. And we got lots of good cards added to our deck. Second after image is being presented here, which is pretty cool. Another power for a mummified hand, Fumes. And getting 2 block every card we play is a lot. It's double 1 block. So it's like each after image is kind of crazy. And there's an Astrolabe. Better than the other 2 options, probably. Choker is not happening here. It's a little bit awkward because any skills we add will be upgraded anyway because of Toxic Egg, but that's no big deal. And we found a Footwork Plus, and that alone makes it insane. And I believe there was also Crippling Cloud Plus, which is an insane card in this deck. Area 7 poison and weaken to everything is really, really strong with the Catalyst game plan. We'd love to find a Burst. I think Burst is the #1 card we're looking for here. Burst with Catalyst and other poison cards is just a cheat code to winning. It's exponential scaling for your poison. Looking to take these shops. We have so much money. Getting hit for a lot on turn 1, but that's fine. Gotta find this Corpse Explosion. Brief interruption there. We're back. This fight's going pretty well. Didn't find the Corpse Explosion. Oh, yes, no, it's exploding. It is exploding. We are not exploding it. Yep. Should be fine here. And second Piercing Wail versus Trash. You know that's getting clicked on. Deciding to take a Gambler's Brew. Another copy of Calculated Gamble in a bottle. Pretty good. Even better than Gamble, though. Course, because you can use it on any amount of cards you want instead of your whole hand. If you want to do your whole hand, great. Otherwise, you have the option. And instead, Act 3 going pretty well so far. Prepared Plus is pretty good here. Third Fumes is being offered. There's also a Med Kit. And second Crippling Cloud is probably good enough to buy as well. Applying 8 poison because of Snecko Skull, actually. Give me all the Crippling Cloud pluses in the world, man. What a great card. Didn't even buy anything else. Wow, saving the money for the second shop here. If I find Tingsha, I want it. Or Bandages, which is why I'm saving my money so aggressively here. Because if I spent all my money, found Tingsha in the second shop, I would never forgive myself. It's not even really good here because we were doing so much damage with poison already, but I really just love Tingsha, so I go out of my way to make sure I find it as much as I can. Taking the rare relic reward from the whale disproportionately often, I would say, etc., etc. Slime boss with an all poison deck is actually mildly awkward, so would have preferred to see either of the other 2 Act 1 bosses here. But it should be fine. We have Pyramid, Crippling Cloud will be great. I can even Catalyst do 1 billion damage here, but Bane is dealing more? That's not true. Yes, it is true. Bane does 30, Catalyst does 24 there. This should hit anything on my hand, which will let us block. And it didn't even matter because it was splitting anyway. Should have gotten rid of Tactician. That was weird. Good fight. Yeah, we're just, it's Slime Boss in Act 3. We're not going to take damage to that, but yeah. And Dead Branches here, gotta skip that because we have Pyramid, so we can't discard the bad cards. Careful out there, kids. Don't want to just be clicking on every relic you find. Some of them are actually bad for you. And do go into another shop here. Pellets is here, which is great. Another synergy with our powers. And also, of course, cleansing all debuffs whenever you play a power attack and skill in the same turn is great. And another, or taking Acrobatics might be our first one, actually. And an Escape Plan Plus. So all the upgrade skills going into this deck, we were very lucky to find Acro and Escape Plan there, of course. But not Burst. Burst would have been even better. And what to even remove here? We have no strikes anymore. Defends are pretty good here. Gotta find our worst attack, which might be like Masterful Stab or maybe Bane. Masterful Stab's gotta be worse, though. Me and this guy think just alike. It's crazy. Into Reptomancer. So when we're not finding our Concentrate or Tactician, it looks a little bit awkward still, actually. But we do have Mummified Hand, of course, which is going to be really good. Big Corpse Explosion. We're going to try to keep that guy alive till next turn, so that it blows up and kills the new minions as well. Unfortunately, hit Catalyst with the Mummified Hand proc there. That's bad. Going to be taking a bit of damage now. Could have just played Backflip Plus, but I was getting a little bit greedy there. That's okay, though. We're fine taking a little bit of chip damage. We have the Bird Face turn, of course. No need to play Catalyst that early. It'd be very silly. Play Piercing Wail, blocking for 16. Everything. I agree with every decision I've made so far. And then I can say Crippling Cloud. I should have probably said Crippling Cloud for when the minions respawn. Gonna go ahead and disagree with that one. Get the blur going. And Piercing Cloud is gonna be huge. It's gonna be blocking for... oh, it's dead. If it wasn't dead, Piercing Cloud would have blocked for 48, I believe. And we found a Frozen Egg, upgrading all future powers we add to our deck. That's a little bit late, unfortunately. We are in the latter half of Act 3 now, so not going to be adding that many more cards to our deck. But if we do happen to find the well-laid plans... Oh, no, we already have Pyramid. We happen to find more Footwork or anything like that, that'll be pretty good. Probably considering upgrading After Image at this point. Just one in our opening hand all the time would be pretty good. Terror, making it cost 0 just to get out of our deck is probably fine. I do upgrade just the Backflip, though, for more block. None of our upgrades are really great. The After Image upgrade is really not very good, just making it innate. We're gonna not really need it, and we also are not gonna have a hard time finding it, probably. Considering, do I play these defense, get them on my hand, or do I keep them in case I need to block? Piercing Wail on the non-multi-hit is a bit sad, but didn't want to take any damage, didn't have to. I'm seeing if I have lethal right now, I think. Corpse Explosion, Deadly Poison, Catalyst. Would have been a lot of poison. Not quite lethal, though, it seems. Be at 24 and then up to 73 poison, I believe, would have been the catalyst line. Considering pitching catalyst here for sure, which is a bit scary, but that's fine. We should be fine. We blocking. Considering keeping Bane, because we might actually be able to kill it right now. And a good turn, even if it hits us for 33 again. Just blur all the block, or all the damage. And it's dead. I'm disrespecting the Nemesis. Apologies for past misbehavior. We get a Regal Pillow, giving us extra health whenever we rest. Unfortunately, that's worthless here. We're probably totally fine here with the bird face turn. And such a strong deck. And I take Backflip over Acro, which is a little surprising, but not too surprising. Got a key in Omamori there. We are killing the heart after all. Already weakened, so it can do the one that gives more poison. I actually liquid memories here. I'm not messing around with transient today. Gotta get that poison stack in early so we don't die, or at least take too much damage. Wrong order. Should have played Crippling Cloud first, of course. But as long as we're not taking damage, then we don't care how much damage we're actually dealing. And we are definitely at that point. And just press E every turn now, probably. Good fight. Outmaneuver Plus is here, which that's some energy gain, technically. Very cool. Love when I click on Outmaneuver. Usually it's an ice cream angle with the Outmaneuver, but sometimes just having the option to be like, okay, this is a dead turn, I can play Outmaneuver and have a big turn next turn is very valuable with a lot of card draw on your deck. Considering saving the Nooch for when it starts hitting us for real. Gotta find our good poison stuff. Might just pitch my whole hand here. Not yet. I didn't want to pitch the curse back into the deck. That's always sad. Go Blur Bane. Some good cards. Now we really don't want to pitch anymore because this Catalyst is pretty good. To get rid of a calculated gamble for sure. There's two of them in my hand, which does nothing. That's a mistake. If you have two gambles and you're discarding a card, you should click on one of the gambles. Didn't matter at all here. Forgot about the gamble or the after image again. I was trying to play my whole hand and then after image so that it hits Crippling Cloud, but that's not possible here, so then I messed up. So small mistake, took like 1 or 2 extra damage. There was a logical explanation for avoiding playing the afterimage first, mummified hand. But because it wasn't working out that way, then it wasn't mistaken. And Ginger is here, preventing us from being weakened. Or, yes, weakened. And that's not particularly useful here. We're not doing much damage with attacks. So, unfortunately, a bit of a whiff there. And I believe we have another Piercing Wail. Always happy about that, of course. Discovery and Deep Breath Plus are both here, which is pretty cool. Love when I can take a Deep Breath Plus. That's very exciting. Otherwise, unexciting rewards. Could take Trip, but again, we don't really care about that. It's really an artifact stripper, I would say, at this point. I am displeased. Panic Button is a card. And we actually have pellets. I should have taken the Panic Button. I do take the Panic Button. That's very cool. So yeah, you can cleanse the I can no longer block for the next 2 turns thing with the orange pellets. So. Past me caught the drift. I almost missed it myself here. Very spooky looking turn, and they're almost all dead already with the Corpse Explosion, but no way to discard a card, so we can't get rid of Tactician, which is pretty spooky. Gonna be taking a bit of damage here, it seems. Oh, never mind, the middle one's not hitting us. Full block exactly. And they are all dead. Corpse Explosion does kill. And just play it right now. I'm looking to play more powers, though, to heal for a bit more, I think. If I have more. Not getting there, though, it seems. I could play Piercing Wail and pass if I'm really doing that. I have 1 after image in there. It's really not that big of a deal. Yeah. Me and this guy think just alike. And Wally Plants Plus is here, but we do not care. It does heal us for 2, and it's essentially free. Like it's crazy that it's almost worth clicking on just because of that, even though it does nothing, actually. But yeah, Leg Sweep Plus was there as well. Who cares about retaining cards when we retain all of our cards? Yeah, when we get rid of our Tactician or Concentrate, then we can play Deep Breath and then shuffle them back in, and suddenly, like, really good. So I'm playing Concentrate after Eviscerate. That's, you know, it looks pretty awkward. Could have played a Footwork Bane there if I had done them in the correct order. Unclear why I was so averse to playing Concentrate for Eviscerate. We're getting nitpicky here. I acted like I should have played After Image first for a second, but it didn't matter because we're not getting attacked, of course. It's funny that the draw effect from the tools is actually almost never doing anything because we have 5 cards in our hand. So then the 6th card that we're drawing doesn't actually get drawn. We're saying, my hand is too full, so often. Third Fumes Plus. I think I would take it in hindsight here. I don't think that I do, but I think I would click on it. I take Dodge and Roll? Or nothing? Sure. So it's bad against Wokebird is the problem with Third Fumes. I'd say. Other than that, though, it seems fine. Trying to full block and then play out maneuver. I should play the whale, probably, just to strip an artifact. Now I can go Crippling Cloud, Piercing Wail. I can go Piercing Wail, then Crippling Cloud, then Piercing Wail again, which is pretty interesting. It seems I have so much poison I don't actually care about applying that particular set of poison. Take one, it's fine. Catalyst. So Corpse Explosion at its best in this particular fight right here. It's like essentially making the fight twice as easy. Also, Act 4 Elite loves having a Corpse Explosion. I think I would just play Catalyst on the right guy. It's dead in 3 turns-ish. Considering playing Gamble. After Image. Could have played After Image first. It's not going to matter at all. We have way too much block here, but it just looks so ugly. Apologies for your eyes. We win! Once again, I'm disrespecting the enemies. I apologize. And it's Woke Bird. It's always Woke Bird, of course. Take a little bit of damage to play Corpse Explosion? Sure. Once again, no big deal taking a bit of chip. We're about to heal in the Act 4 anyway, and Birdface Turn, of course. Gotta let Birdface Turn do something. We have quite a lot of power, so this fight's actually a little bit spooky. Probably gonna try to save the Catalyst for Phase 2. And of course, want to Piercing Wail the split turn, so that we can permanently reduce its strength back to 0, or as close to 0 as possible. Want to make sure we're holding on to that, which will be pretty easy in theory with the pyramid, of course. I don't give a hoot playing every power. It may just be correct to Catalyst immediately and then make sure we get the Piercing Wail on it. I probably won't do that. I have a pretty, like, in my brain that Catalyst is for Phase 2 for whatever reason. It's not necessarily true. I do in fact do it, so I don't know what it is, because I could just feel it that it was correct, and yet I can't explain why I think it's correct, as opposed to saving it like I normally do. Game is weird. There's Panic Button. It's not doing it. We have 2 Piercing Wails. I'm gonna probably try to save them both, because it does have a little bit of excess strength. It's at 12, so we want to play both. And even Fumes. So we're only gaining energy or block from the After Image right now because of the Panic Button debuff. It's enough, it seems. And I got rid of the Piercing Wails. I need to find those again, like right now. Oopsie. Actually, it won't die on its own here. It did the regen, which is good. I should certainly have played Blur there. Okay, so we're splitting, and then gambling, and then hoping to find the other one. at the bottom. We actually always have it here. Very cool. So we are, in fact, doing the full thing. So now it has the negative strength, and then it's going to cleanse the debuff, and then it's going to be back at 0. So we have successfully removed 12 strength from the Woke Bird. Technically a glitch, I believe. But allowed in competitive play. There was the Pride with Friends event thing, and I was reading the rules for it, and it was like, no, you know, bug abuse, but commonly used ones like this, as an example, are allowed. And I was like, oh, it's a bug? But maybe that's just like, you know, they think it's a bug, or people think it's a bug, but it's not. I don't know. Comment below, is reducing Time Meter and Woke Bird strength on the split a bug? Or is it intended? Something I've never fully understood. Picking up the pace here quite a lot. I'm trying to get out of here. If only we had a Tingsha, am I right, guys? So this bodes well for the future. Scanning 200 block, stacking Blur twice. And we've done it on to Act 4, to bump to the thump. 24-28 score is a lot at this point in the run. Probably a lot of flawless elite or whatever. What to upgrade going into Act 4 here? Terror, probably. Just so you can actually play it without caring. It may be reasonable to put Afterimage in an opening hand against the Heart, just because the Beat of Death is always hitting you. And blocking against the Beat of Death is actually pretty good. It's probably bad against Act 4 Elite, though. Another Footwork's in the shop. I'll be taking that. Another Piercing Well's here as well, which I might take, even though we already have 3 or whatever. What's a card move yet again? Just defend, sure. We have enough other block sources, that's probably fine. And I do, in fact, buy another Piercing Well. In Act 4, it's hard to have too much Piercing Well. Err on the side of too many Piercing Well, and you will have more success than erring on the side of not enough. I'd say. I should play defend. I'm drawing too many cards here. Piercing Whale blocking for a lot, 32. We are once again a Piercing Whale propaganda channel. I can do the panic button thing here. So I want to... I just wasted the thing, by the way. So now I can't do the panic button thing. Didn't matter, though. Or did it? 28 plus 18. 46. Taking 2 here. It's fine. I was going to say something I forgot, I'm sorry. Didn't want to point the Deadly Poison at the left guy because we wanted to point at the right guy, but also didn't want to turn around because we'd take more damage. Worked out, though. Oh, big Eviscerate. Large, even. Terror upgrade would have been good there, actually. But yeah, this terror has been very sad. Like, one of the worst terrors you've ever seen in your life. Just didn't, you know, I was like ignoring it a lot for whatever reason, and also it's just not been very good. I made it worse than it, I made it seem worse than it actually was by the way I was playing, I believe. I'm making sure this guy is really, really dead here. No chance. And we get an Art of War and another Tactician, really, really good probably, I'd have to guess. But Art of War will give us 1 extra energy if we play no attacks on the previous turn. Which should be pretty good here. We're definitely doing a lot of skills. I'm not taking the Tactician as actually kind of diabolical, but I just wanted to gamble more. I'm gonna have to hard disagree with that decision though. Probably the worst card selection of the run, right there. Past me felt that we were already good on the energy stuff. Watching this, disagree. Piercing Wheel blocks for 20. Might not be necessary though. And we have attack and a power, or attack and power in our hand, so we can hopefully cleanse these debuffs next turn. Panic button's going to be large here. Footwork, panic button, Bane. Or Predator got hit by the modified hand, that's really good. Block. Master strategy's fine. RIP the bomb though. I'm probably gonna save the piercing whale. Yep, just take it forward, it's fine. So piercing whale getting a little bit stuck here, but it's fine. Keep him around to block for a cool billion. Actually using 1 to get rid of artifact charge there, which is fair enough. Play footwork, play escape plan, play backflip. Considering playing the catalyst right now, if you have enough poison. 79 is plenty. Whether we're blocking and the amount of piercing wells we have. Getting rid of terror again. Poor terror, man. It's bad-ish because we could just play it and get rid of it, which would be ideal. It's fine. Overblocking a bit, just get our cards out of our hand. I've finally tuned into the whole we're drawing 6 cards a turn thing, so getting down to 4 is pretty good. And hopefully we can just have a chill turn next turn and then play outmaneuver, and then once we get hit again, we'll have a big turn again. And taking no damage because of after image, double after image. But now the beat of death is up, so we are taking 3 every time we play a card. Gotta take it a little bit more seriously now. Deep breath. There's blur. May not even need to piercing well next turn. I just pitch everything, in fact. I should play terror now. Surely I play terror now. I'm trying to find blur again. I do have this Gambler's Brew still that we've held the whole time, which could help us find it if we need it. Yeah, we're already full blocking here. But if I find blur again, then I can retain all this block by playing Piercing Whale and blocking for 60 damage. 60 damage? It's also dead in 2 turns. I can just press E and then E again and it's dead. I apologize for your time here. Bear with me. I love clicking cards here. Who doesn't love clicking cards as a silent, am I right, guys? It's not every day you have a deck this strong. Good at drawing cards anyway. using so much brain power for no reason at all. And we've done it. So appreciate you hanging to me with there, but we've done it in just over an hour. What a strong deck, and very smooth. I think I played pretty well overall. A few, misorders, of course, but that's to be expected. Otherwise, I'd say pretty happy. Of course, not taking that Tactician at the end was diabolical, though. I would say. But yeah, overall, some very strong relics. My god, Mummified Hand, Birdface Urn, and Pellets are all in the same relic bar, and Toxic Egg, of course, early is insane as a silent. Preserved Insect makes all the elite fights so much easier. Yeah, what can you say? Only really the Regal Pillow and the Ginger were pretty bad, but and the Ancient Tea set, but it was at the point already where we were so strong it didn't even matter anyway. So yeah, overall pretty cool poison type deck. Always happy to have those. If you're still here, how have you not subbed? How have you not liked the video? Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a beautiful day.